Hi, Mickey Quinn here with Retail Level Up. The phrase burn your ships references a historical event that happened in the year 1519 during the Spanish conquest of Mexico. The Spanish commander, Hernan Cortez, scuttled his ships upon arriving in the New World. This act of destroying his own ships sent a very clear message to his men. There was no turning back. There was no option to say, well, gee, it's not going very well. I think we'll just hop on the ships and go back across the ocean. The option of going back to the way things were, that was literally taken off the table. As the leader of your organization, the words that you say are very important, but even more important than the words are your actions. If you introduce a new business process or some new software or technology, and you don't yourself fully embrace it and adopt it and use it, well, then why should your people? If you aren't fully committed to the new process, then why should they be? By burning the ships, you have to become fully committed to this new direction. By removing any path to the prior ways of doing things, you and your team have no choice but to be fully committed to the new process. Change is difficult at every level, whether you're introducing a new business process or technology or software, or you have a new boss, or you have a new team member. Change is hard all the way around. When making a change, if you leave the door open to the way things used to be, even a crack, that allows your team the option of reverting back to the way things used to be, and you will not be successful in realizing the change. If your team knows that there's an off-ramp, the chances are high that they're going to take advantage of that. Now, I'm not saying that when you decide on a change that you can't change course on that change. Not every change works exactly as you planned it, and you may have to regroup or adjust, and that's fine. But no change process has a chance of success if your team knows that there's an off-ramp. One company I worked for was implementing a major change. They were installing a new ERP system. The new software was going to impact every department and every employee throughout the company. Over 300 people at the headquarters and a couple hundred people in the warehouse and distribution center. So they deployed the first phase, and the new system was working well with the existing systems, and they patted themselves on the back. Hey, this is going great. What they didn't realize were that the employees were still utilizing the old system. They were doing the work in the old system, and then with a couple of extra steps, pulling the data in to the new software. They were much more comfortable with the old system. The new system was, well, cumbersome, and it was difficult to work with. It was not really intuitive. It wasn't until phase 3 of the implementation that they ran into a major roadblock, because that was when they decommissioned the old system, and everything came to a screeching halt because no one had really taken the time to learn the new system. They were so dependent on the way things used to be, and they were burdened with a couple of extra steps to get the data into the new system, but that was okay. The employees were choosing to do that. But when they decommissioned the old system, it wreaked havoc. It was chaos, as you can imagine. The main takeaway here is that when you are making a change in your organization, you have to have clear, two-way communication. As a leader, you need to prepare your team for the change. You have to be thoughtful and understanding with their concerns and address those concerns up front. There's the physical business process, the action steps associated with change that you have to deal with and prepare for and train. But it's the human side of change that really blindsides a lot of business leaders. The human part, that part of change management when you are preparing your employees for this change that's coming. That is just as important, or even more so, than the physical action steps and the keystrokes that they have to take. One way to set your organization up for success when you're making a big change is to identify a team member from every business unit and have that team member be the new project champion. This employee should be well respected by their peers. And the idea is to bring the project champions together in the inner circle of the project team. That's where they hear about how the project is being implemented, and they learn the inside stuff about the project, and then they take that back to their team members and they share that information so everyone is feeling that they are tied to the project and are part of it, and you can get more buy-in. Burning your ships is a pretty dramatic way of sending the message that you are fully committed to this new direction and this change that you're making. If you take a hard look at your organization, I bet you'll identify at least one area that really needs your attention. Somewhere where you've left the door cracked open to that off-ramp. Somewhere where your team members have not fully adopted a new business process. The longer you allow that off-ramp to be present, the longer it will take for your people to fully embrace the change, and the longer you'll have to wait in order to be successful. So identify where you've left the door open to those off-ramps and take steps to close that door so that you can get all of your people on the same page. For more tips like this, like us and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts, just search for Retail Level Up. Visit our website, retaillevelup.com, and be sure to sign up for our weekly newsletters. We send Monday Motivation and Top Tip Tuesday, because we all can use a little extra motivation right now, and we can certainly use some top tips. Because now, even more than ever, it's time to level up.